Hey everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Thursday's check-in. It is beautiful and sunny here in Santa Monica, California. I just got home from a very long, draining vending weekend in the sun, and as the sun sets, I am doing laundry, I'm taking care of the plants, and sitting down and filming today's video because I'm gearing up to head back to Las Vegas first thing tomorrow morning. By the time this video goes live, I will be wrapping up my work week in Las Vegas, which is my last work week for the month of July for my Las Vegas schedule. And I'll be coming right back to Los Angeles and literally vending on a couple hours of sleep, maybe like 4 hours of sleep this Saturday, and I'll get the vending dates out of the way and I can share with you a few things. This Saturday I'm going to be in Venice at Artisan Flea. It is my second time vending at this market. I just finished doing their East Bay location in Berkeley, and the first time I did this market, I believe it was in June last month. So about a month ago, by the time I'm going to the market this Saturday, it wasn't the greatest, like foot traffic wise and sales wise, so I'm not really excited to go back. But in certain cases, I like to give a market a chance for me to go back with my art and do a pop-up like every 6 weeks or so, because every market day is different no matter where I go. It just depends on the foot traffic and if the people that are walking past my booth is interested in my stuff and willing to spend money. So I know when people always say like, oh, is it worth it, or what market do you like? Every market day is an opportunity to make money and to also promote my channels and my art. So, and you guys always see on the vlog channel, I am making my art throughout the whole day as I'm sitting there. I never waste any time, and a lot of the things that I do make there ends up selling the same day or in future market days. So I like being able to create and then share on the channels what I create and also customer setups. So this Saturday I will be at Venice Artisan Flea. It's on Abbot Kinney. We'll see how foot traffic is like and also the weather, because it was really hot at the Rose Bowl and in Los Feliz yesterday. Speaking of which, Los Feliz, I don't know when I'll go back. Probably maybe in September after I come back from Africa, maybe October, because that market isn't that good either, like with foot traffic and sales for me either. So I'm not excited to go back there anytime soon. So probably in the beginning of the holiday season I will go back there and see if things change for me. But it is what it is. I do have to say that the Rose Bowl flea market today was very successful and very stressful, and I was able to get a permanent spot for September, October, November. So I'm able to go in at 4 a.m. instead of 8:30 while the market's been open since 5, and it's very stressful. I almost like had a breakdown, or at least in my mind I had several breakdowns today, because I'm driving onto the market grounds while the market is open. People are shopping, vendors are selling, and here I am driving my car through all of that and then setting up with the pressure of people looking at my stuff while I'm taking it out and trying to shop, when it takes me minimum 2 hours with me doing the setup super quick. So imagine all that pressure on me, and it's hot, and I've been sitting in my car waiting from 5 a.m. It's just not a good feeling, and I had the same feeling today like I did last month doing the Rose Bowl for the first time. But at least I'm aware of the situation I'm putting myself in today, because last month was my first time experiencing it. And also I was able to ask a lot of questions at the vendor office so that I know like my situation. So basically, with a standby ticket, you don't go in until after all the vendors are set up, and then they start filling in the pockets, and the ticket is double the price of a regular vendor's ticket. So it's like you're paying double and you're entering like 4 hours late and trying to set up while the market is open. So all of that pressure, and then the heat, and then not being able to use the restroom, and then breaking down your whole setup in the hot sun, and the amount of people coming to my booth is just a lot of pressure. So I'm like, I just want to come home, take a shower. So I gave Abby a bath, and I just want to sit down with you guys and do a quick Thursday check-in before I head back to Las Vegas, because I think you guys probably would want to see this background than, I don't know, me being indoors in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is 120 degrees. So that was like my thoughts on this weekend. So I'll be in Venice on Saturday, and on Sunday I will be back at Melrose Trading Post. Now if you are a Patreon, you are always going to be open to being on my guest list for Melrose, so you don't have to pay to get in. So that is a perk of being one of my Patreons, and I will be there from 9 to 5. So Venice 11 to 5 this Saturday, and Melrose Trading Post in the heart of Los Angeles from 9 to 5. And I will be in the same section where I normally am, if you've ever come and visited me there. And I'm looking forward to being back at Melrose, because I feel like that's my home market, and I haven't been in that market for a while because I've been in Las Vegas or in the East Bay or Rose Bowl. So it's gonna be nice to be able to go back to Melrose. And that market, I have to be there at 6 in the morning. But today I was up from 3:30, so if I look tired, it's because I am. And I had a 12-hour vending day yesterday and today, so it's just been non-stop. And I am driving out to Las Vegas in the middle of the morning to avoid the heat. So give this video a thumbs up for hopping onto the channel. Okay, so let's talk about a few things. I want to share with you guys my little vintage haul, because I love vintage fashion, and whenever I go out, which is very rare, I like to wear vintage. I got this cute play suit and I absolutely love it. I think it was super expensive. This alone cost more than the two items I'm about to show you put together. So this is going to be, I guess, my treat to myself for my birthday, this vintage play suit. And when I seen it, the vendor next to me on Saturday had this on her rack, and I was like, I love it. First of all, I mean, look at the vintage Monstera print. How adorable is that? And the leaf print, I don't know what that could be. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? What kind of leaf that is? I think it's absolutely adorable. And you know what? It fit me like a glove. And I only have one other vintage playsuit, so to be able to find a playsuit that fits me, and the style is cute, and the print and the color is also cute, I am a huge fan. And I would love to do like a vintage photo shoot with my coconut papale, my Monstera earrings, and this playsuit on the beach. So this was my find from Saturday. And I never really buy stuff at the flea markets because I'm like so focused on my setup that I don't really have time to shop. But if I do shop, it's probably like from my vending neighbors, because I'm looking at their stuff while I'm at my booth. Another fun thing that I got is this two-piece, and I love two pieces that match, and it's a leafy print. I want to say like this is giving me almost like a banana leaf print. I don't know what you want to call it, but as you see, it's high in the front and then low and flowy in the back. It is so cute, and it fits me like a glove. It'll be nice for me to try it on too without anything under, because I tried it on with my clothes. And the last piece that I got from the vintage haul is this cute long pants romper, long sleeve. I am a huge fan of rompers. Unfortunately, this is missing the belt, so that sucks. But take a look at this. First of all, I love the colors, and then the sleeve and button detail, the collar detail as well, with the buttons, the pocket in the front, and there's pockets on both sides. Now I don't really care for the like where the seam is. It's kind of like in the middle of my butt, so it's not that flattering, but it fits me and it goes up, and it's so cute. So I can't wait to style this like with a vintage hat, and I love it a lot. I like the leaf print, it's so cute. And then it came with a choice of me getting a free scarf, so I ended up choosing this print, and I love this shade of green. So that is my vintage haul. Sound off in the comments, what do you think? I love it a lot. And to wrap up today's video, I want to share with you some of the new pieces I've created. I don't think I've ever sat down and talked to you guys about my pride art. Maybe, I'm not too sure. I do a Thursday check-in every week, so I'm not too sure if I shared, but this is one of the pieces that I made for Pride Month, for the month of June. But Pride Month is every month if you are in that community, and who doesn't love a good rainbow? So this took me a while because I had to create every shade of the rainbow for this sun catcher. So this one is up for sale, and in the same rainbow theme I also did a cactus sun catcher, and I have 2 of them, and this is up for sale as well. And you don't have to be in the pride community to like rainbows, right? So something a little bit more simple. If you don't want some huge big setup and multiple crystals, I just have a single monstera leaf, and I can make this in any shade, and that goes with all of my art. So if you want something small and simple, I did a similar setup like this for one of my subscribers in East Bay when I did my pop-up last month, and it was so cute that I felt inspired to do one but in a bigger monstera. And here is my current floating monstera up for sale, and I did something similar like this before that sold, but not with this crystal shape on the bottom. So I really like this, and in the sun it just, I mean, the way the sun hits my art, it gives a whole new look than looking at it in the shade. But I love seeing the monstera float in the hoop, so that's another fun option if you want a little bit more silver hardware. I use silver hardware because I love wearing silver. On something smaller with more crystals, this is an option. So let me bring them side by side so you can see how they're similar but different, and they're both great. And even side by side hanging is super cute as well. So a majority of them, half of the things I'm sharing with you today, I created yesterday and today. There's a bunch of other sun catchers that I made today and yesterday at the market that I'm not sharing because it's not plant themed, and you will see it on like my Instagram stories or on the vlog channel. So this is my newest large monstera, and I decided to do a translucent one. I have one in a dark green and different crystals on the bottom, so that's another option. But if you wanted a variegated option, I have this set up with the crystals on the bottom. And like I said in the past, all of my sun catchers are one of a kind. Even though if I'm using the same shape, the colors are different, and then the setup of what I use for charms and crystals are different. So I never make an identical sun catcher. They're always different and unique, one of a kind pieces. So this one is up for sale. I created this one yesterday. I created 2 moon sun catchers today at the Rose Bowl. I don't even know how because it was slamming busy, but I like creating at the market, and I'm going straight into a vending weekend when I'm back this week. So I love having fresh new art, especially the sun catchers I like creating at the markets. So this was the one that I created today, and it is a fern moon, and I'm trying to think if I ever did a fern moon. I know I've done fern hearts before, but I think this might be my first fern moon just with ferns. And there's some glitter in there, of course. You guys know I love glitter. And then this is what I did for the charms, which is also something I've never done before. So I have the crystals here, and then on the bottom I have my ferns here in both stars, and then a chunky crystal here and here. So this one is up for sale. So I think that's all of the art I do want to share. If you guys notice on my ears, I'm wearing my newest designs. Literally, I made them last night, and I just put the post backs behind it right before sitting down and filming this video so I could wear a pair and share with you guys that I have new earrings. I know in the past months of me selling my art, a bunch of people had come up to the booth looking for little studs, and I'm like, oh sorry, I don't make studs. And I was like, you know what, Jewelyn, because you don't wear studs doesn't mean that you shouldn't make them. So I'm making studs in monstera, which is the print I'm using, as well as moons, because I love moons if I'm not doing plant art, and cactus, so plenty of shapes. So those are the 3 stud shapes that I'm going to be creating. I've made a bunch and they're just sitting drying, and they will be up for sale this coming weekend at my pop-up. And of course, if you are not in the area where I am doing my pop-up shop, you can always reach out to me on Instagram, and I can ship anywhere around the world. And I think that is going to wrap up today's video. Oh, I do want to share with you a rescue. And you know, this rescue, I found it literally behind, like in an alley. So if you guys remember, I did a pop-up the last day of June at a boutique, and it was unplanned. The owner had reached out to me like the day before if I wanted to set up in front of her shop, and I agreed to do it because I said, you know what, why not? I'm hardly here, and I was leaving to Vegas the next day, and I wanted to just experience what it was like to collaborate with a boutique shop because I've only done flea markets. And as I was in the alley to park behind the shop, I seen a plant, and honestly I feel super sad. I didn't vlog this, so you'll see it on the vlog channel eventually, but it was like an aloe mixed with a sansevieria, and it was just looking rough. And you guys know, like, sansevierias are very tough as nails. I know a lot of big department shops like to say that they're tough as nails and advertise in that way, but you know what, they're also finicky because they don't like my studio. It's too dark for them. Anyways, I felt really bad because I couldn't take the whole thing. Obviously my whole car is packed when I'm doing my pop-ups, so there was no room for me to take the whole planter, and I didn't want that in my car because it was like in a dirty alley and there was a bunch of people watching me and I needed to set up shop. So I ended up yanking the sansevierias out, leaving everything else behind, which I felt bad for the aloe, but it looked pretty rough. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna try to save this sansevieria, and if it starts looking crazy, I can always cut it up and make cuttings, and whatever roots up and survives and grows back, like, hey, it was just like a bonus thing, and I'm glad I'm able to save it. So let me grab it because it's right here next to my pink chair. So here it is. You know, I brought it, let me take all of the trash from my tree out. I brought it home bare root, and it sat in my car all day in the hot heat, and I'm gonna talk about the hot heat and plants in a second. And it survived in my trunk while I vended all day. I came home that day and I just put it in soil, and it's been sitting in it for 12 days, and this is the condition of it. So what do you guys think about the condition of this sansevieria? And because it's a rescue, shall I just leave it like this, or do you think I should like cut it up and make cuttings and try to root them and start the plant all over again? I'll wait in the comment section to read your comments, and when I'm back at the end of the week after vending weekend, so next week, I can share with you guys the plan for this sansevieria. But for now, I just made sure that it was in soil and that it's here with me. So that was a very unplanned rescue, and I felt bad for the aloe. So that is gonna wrap up today's video. So we shared vending days, we shared my thoughts on vending this past weekend. I will be dancing this week in Las Vegas. It is also my mom's birthday week, so leave a comment in the comment section wishing my mom a happy birthday. And I'm just like, I'm really excited about my vintage outfits. I'll try them on so that you can see what they look like. And I'm really excited about all of the new art pieces that I've created over the weekend while vending, and also the debut of making earring studs, which is something new for me because you guys know I love big, long, dangly earrings, and I love wearing my large Monstera earrings because you can just see them from afar. And I've actually sold a lot of earrings today. I think at the Rose Bowl I sold at least one of everything. I didn't sell any coasters, but other than that I sold one of everything minimum. But my most popular sellers were keychains and earrings today, so I do really well with those. But I was so overwhelmed. I was leaving the Rose Bowl sticky and hot and gross and everything, and I was just like, I wanted to cry inside because it was just a very long, stressful day. And I think that if someone in my situation where it takes me 2 hours to set up, and that's doing it really quickly, to be on a standby ticket and getting into the market 4 hours after the market opens and trying to set up while people are shopping around you and vendors are already set up and selling, it's very, very stressful. Plus the heat and the pressure to set up as soon as possible so that you can start making your money back and like be able to just focus on making sales for the rest of the day. So it's awful. I don't like the feeling, and I have a standby ticket for next month, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to put myself in that situation again. But September, October, November, I have my permanent vendor spot at the Rose Bowl. So give this video a thumbs up, because literally the Rose Bowl is my favorite market, and to be able to be a permanent vendor and to be able to vend there is really super cool. And I'm so happy for my small business. I did really good in sales, and I feel like the Rose Bowl is where I'm making the most sales wise. I think it's because of the foot traffic, and people specifically go to Rose Bowl to spend and shop. People get in at 5 a.m. to shop. One, because parking is not an issue at 5 a.m. The sun is not an issue, and then you get first dibs on everything that people are selling. So I highly recommend, if you are gonna come out to the Rose Bowl, please, first of all, don't bring your pets. Dogs are not allowed. Evie does not come with me. And even if dogs were allowed, it is so hot. You don't want your dog like being at the market and dragging your dog all day. I've seen like a few dogs at the market today, and I don't know how their dogs were able to get in, but they were miserable. So I know one of you guys did a custom magnet with me spelling out your name in the color that you wanted, and you brought your dog and weren't able to come in. But I am vending this weekend, so I'm looking forward to meeting you. And if you come to any of my markets, please let me know right away that you're a subscriber, because I introduce myself as much as possible when I'm sitting and vending, and I don't know who's a subscriber or not until like minutes into the conversation, and I'm like, oh, you watch the channel. So it's nice to be able to meet you guys in person, and thank you guys so much for going out of the way. And I always say this, I'm so thankful for you making the time to make the trek to one of my pop-ups and parking and walking and finding me, especially at the Rose Bowl. It is very chaotic, and I like after vending today and last month, I was like, okay, Jewelyn, I see a trend. You just want to like drive off the market just crying and just letting it all out, because I have like constant pressure on me with multiple things like going on at the same time. And speaking of which, in the next Thursday check-in, I will do that next week Thursday's check-in probably back in Santa Monica, because I mean, I did pick up a few things for the Las Vegas room, and I am taking plants for phase 4. But the thing is that I'm not gonna go back to Las Vegas for like another 2.5 weeks when I'm back from this trip. So I wanted to bring over a few houseplants that I have duplicates of for the Las Vegas room to see how houseplants will do. I do have a Dracaena and a ponytail palm, but like more like philodendrons or pothos or something, you know. So we'll see. I might just do next week Thursday's check-in coming from here, and I can share with you a handful of plants that I purchased for the 3rd time, and one of them got burnt sitting in the hot sun and, well, the heat. So 1 foot of the top part section of the plant, basically all the leaves turned brown because it was so hot today. And at the end of vending day, when I seen that plant, I was like wanting to cry, because I got the plant 6 in the morning and the heat wasn't bad. And then at the end of vending day, the whole top part had brown leaves and the plant looked so sad. But what am I gonna do? I was vending in the hot heat all day, and I purchased the plant at 6, and I have to be thankful that the whole plant didn't brown up, and hopefully I can save the rest of it. But I'll share with you the plants in the next video. I just don't want to like share now because I'm really upset about that situation, and I need time to like be okay with what happened, and then I'll hop on here for next week Thursday and share with you what plants I got. So that is gonna wrap up this Thursday's check-in. I feel like that is a lot to share for today's video, considering I've been up from 3:30 and had a 14-hour vending day in the hot sun. I think I'm good here. So hope you guys enjoyed this Thursday's check-in. If you're interested in any of my resin work from small to big, you can reach out to me on Instagram, Jewel of Hawaii, Planting with Jewelyn. Any of my handmade goods from my grandma, aprons, masks, and totes is still available, and you can support my grandma by purchasing anything that she makes, and the profit will go right back to her. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads. Between the main channel and the vlog channel, you get a video each and every day. And before this video goes up, I think you're gonna see Bay Area content this past Monday, which will be tomorrow for me. So let me know in the comments down below, what did you think about shopping in East Bay, and you know, what's going on in your part of the world with plant shopping? Do you see prices really getting up there from over the years if you've been in plant life for a while? Or if you're new to plant life, were you surprised with the cost of plant life? Now of course you can go to the flea market or to a department store and get plants that are a few dollars, or like budget plants, but nowadays any rare expensive plant or plant that is very trendy, the prices are super expensive. And it just kind of is really sad to see plant life evolve over the years with prices being super expensive. One of the plants I repurchased for the 3rd time, I got one small rooted cutting for the same price of the plant that was super full that I bought a couple years ago. But what are you gonna do? It's just interesting to see plant life evolve over the years. So I think I'm gonna sign off here. I'm gonna finish up my chores for the day. I have to water the whole collection. I have to do the laundry and prepare the studio for me to be absent for a couple of days. But I'm looking forward to vending this coming weekend. So if you're in Southern California, come see me. Ebby will be with me this Saturday and Sunday. It is dog-friendly markets, and I am looking forward to creating more art pieces. I will see you soon. Until next time, aloha from sunny Santa Monica, California.